Hi there, my YouTube viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to video, also known as Asia Web. And today's video is going to be really personal, really down to earth, and yeah, really personal and really down to earth. I wanted to talk and have a one-on-one with you guys because I need to kind of do like a little life update because a really big change just happened in my life. So if you didn't know, I had a boyfriend and we've been going steady for about almost 3 years. And I just ended my 3-year relationship. And I know I'm talking kind of quiet because it's like still like really mind-boggling that I did that because we've been together for so long. But I seen this quote. I don't remember exactly what the quote said, and I'm filming this on my phone instead of my camera because I wanted it to be more, down to earth, if that makes sense. If I even making sense, this is kind of still like a sensitive topic. We haven't even been broken up for a week. And it's just that it was just like, it's not about time, something. But whatever the quote is, I would insert here. And I was just like, wow. I just want you guys to know, don't matter how much time or history that you have with a person, abuse is still abuse, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, whether it's verbally. I think that's all of it, mental, physical. Anyway, I just want to say abuse is abuse, and I decided to leave my 3-year relationship, not because he's ever put his hands on me, because he's never done that. He's barely even yelled at me. I had to leave the relationship because I realized it was unhealthy for me. When it became to a point where I was depressed, not because of just my relationship, because a lot of things were going on, I was just depressed, and I am speaking my truth or telling my significant other how I feel, and all they have to say is, well, if you're going to be depressed every single day and not try to look at the bright side, then I don't think you should be with me. That right there was like the icing on the cake. And of course there's has been a lot of red flags, and I ignored them because I felt like, not because I felt like, because I do love this person, because this person has been in my life for a while. Even way before we were dating. Before we were dating, he was my best friend. And before we was best friends, he was my friend. So the bond was there. He was always there in my corner, just like I was always there in his corner. And I never want him to feel like anything that I was saying to him was a lie, because it wasn't. I genuinely did want to truly be with this person till the end. But I had to put myself first. I have this thing where I tend to put others before I put myself first. And I need to stop doing that. I need to learn how to put myself first and give people the same energy that I give to them. I need to learn how to give that to myself. And I don't know how to do that without trying to make somebody else happy, if that makes sense. If I say if that makes sense in this video a lot, I apologize in advance. It's just what makes sense at the moment, and it feels like the right thing to say. Even though I'm smiling and giggling within this video, deep down, I do feel I feel very guilty for breaking up with him, because I feel like maybe it's something that we can work out. But at the same time, if somebody's going to keep holding your past accountable for something that y'all did when y'all are not together, that's not healthy. People cannot use what you did not, people cannot hold what you did when y'all are not together against you, because when you're single, you owe nobody no loyalty, you owe nobody no answers, you owe nobody nothing. When you're single, you are free to do whatever you want. You are free to please whoever you want. You are free to do whatever you want. And when me and my boyfriend was not together at the time, I went and I was talking to other dudes, and I did stuff with other dudes because I'm a female. That's what I chose pleased to do. That's what I chose and pleased to do. I don't have to explain myself to anybody now, unless you're my parents. Like, it is what it is. But when we got back together, I thought it was only right that I told him, because like, I don't want you hearing it from anybody else. If you're going to hear something, I'd rather that you hear it from me first if it's something that I did, because it's nobody else's business. So if I'm telling you because I genuinely care about you. I'm not telling you, I don't want it to be like, oh, that's your girl. You know, she did this, that, and the third with this person, this, that, and the third with that boy, or whoever. I don't ever want it to be a he said, she said thing. I always want it to be like, oh, my girl already told me, da da da, this, that, and the third in a discussion. And he will always use what I did in the past as a part of him not being able to trust me. And it's just like, when it comes down to a relationship, it really comes down to trust and communication. If you cannot have trust and communication, your relationship is not going to last, because you need trust, and you need to trust in each other to communicate and comprehend one another, and to fix problems and to grow with one another. But I felt like he was keeping me from growing. Like, really, he was keeping me from growing, because every time I turn around, it's like, I don't trust you because you did this. I don't trust you because you lied to me. I don't trust you because of this. I don't trust you because of that. And it's always, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And constantly hearing that every day. Well, not every day, but every time something happened, it was just dampening my mood. It was just like, it just really hit me. What really hit and made me realize, like, I need to break up with him, was when I was watching, it sounds really crazy, but I was watching 13 Reasons Why. And it was on the prom scene. And I was crying because, if you know, me and my boyfriend did not go to prom. I went to prom with somebody else. Because me and my boyfriend was not together senior year. Y'all remember? Because I did the whole video. The same dude I'm talking about now is the same dude that I was talking about in the previous video, when I was in like a get ready with me for work or something. And then I talked about how me and my boyfriend are no longer together. If I will link that video up in a cue card down below, up, if I remember when I'm editing this. I'm probably not, because I'm very forgetful. But like I was saying, because I tend to tangent and run off a lot, is that I was watching 13 Reasons Why. It was on a prom scene. And I was crying because me and my boyfriend don't have those memories. And keep in mind, my boyfriend's in the military, so the last 6 months, we have not seen each other. The last day I seen them was December 1st of 2019. So I hadn't finished my first year of college and all of this. He done graduated boot camp and all this time. He got stationed in Mississippi. So he's been there in Mississippi. So I was crying, whatever, and I'm like really having a mental breakdown, because I'm like, me and my boyfriend never have these memories. I wanted him to go to prom with me so bad. Da 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 da. I miss him. It was just like just a whirl of emotions that I was just keeping in. I was just like, I just felt like I'm never going to have this memory of him holding me and we're dancing on a dance floor. Just things like that. Something that can be recreated, but it's not going to be the same, because it's not going to be senior prom, if you get what I'm saying. So the next day I'm calling him and I'm telling him about my little mental breakdown, whatever. And he's like, and the first thing he said was, well, he didn't say anything after I told him. I was like, how do you feel? Because when I tell him stuff, when I'm vulnerable, I like to know how he felt. I like to know what he's thinking in his headspace, because he likes to overanalyze a lot of stuff. He likes to overthink. So I'm like, how he feeling? Because he was quiet for a little bit. So I'm like, oh fuck, I don't messed up, I don't said the wrong thing, I don't hurt his feelings. So now I'm feeling bad for feeling vulnerable and telling him how I feel. But it's a relationship. I'm supposed to be able to tell my husband, well, not my husband, but my boyfriend, how I feel. I'm supposed to be able to tell my significant other how I feel all times. So I don't talk to him. He's like, I'm gonna call you later. All right, whatever. He hangs up. So the next day, I asked him why he hung up. He was like, because I was going to say something real disrespectful. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But I didn't ask him what he was going to say, because I wasn't ready to hear it, because he can get really disrespectful. But instead of disrespectful me, he just hang up the phone. But I don't like when he did that. I don't like when he be doing that, because then I'm like, where's the communication? Like, I'm in Virginia and you're in Mississippi. Like, make it make sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't need communications when we on the phone. So, like, when you hanging up because I said the wrong thing or you feel some kind of way, I'm just like, huh? But anyway, so 2 days after we had that conversation, I finally asked him. I was like, what was you going to say that made you want to hang up the phone? And he was like, oh, I was going to say, that's on you. And I was just like, what you mean that's on me? Because I did, before I asked anybody else to take me to prom, I did get in contact with him, and I was like, do you want to go to prom with me or whatever? Da-da-da-da, on some cool stuff. Like, we don't have to go as a couple or anything. I'm just asking you because I believe I was explaining the story about me and my boyfriend. So he said, he's like, you brought that upon yourself? And I went over how I was like, in my head, I was like, I asked this dude, like, do you want to go before I asked anybody else? And he blatantly told me no. So I was trying to figure out how that came up to, I brought that upon myself. I was trying to make it make sense in my head, but it won't. All it did was make me angry. It made me so upset. I was like, this is what he really has to say? And so I told him, we had this long conversation. I was just like, I don't like telling you how I feel or when I feel vulnerable, because when I do, you always feel the need to get disrespectful or feel like you want to say something disrespectful, or you feel like you always say I bring that upon myself. And then he went on this whole spiral thing about how he still don't trust me, da da da. He trusts me just enough, and then it just clicked right then and there. Cause usually when we have arguments, I don't really like having confrontations with people that I care about. Not unless you my sister, because if my sister, you can always catch this 30. But like when it comes down to like my significant others, I don't like having confrontations, and I'm really an emotional person. So like the first thing I would do is cry, because I'm just like, you didn't have to go that hard. I was just trying to tell you how I feel and give you some love, but you didn't have to go that hard. But anyway, that's besides the point. So like right then and there when we had that conversation, I was just like, wasn't mad. I wasn't upset. I didn't feel anything. It was to the point I asked this dude when I told him, I said, when I tell you I love you, do you feel anything? And he was like, yeah. And so after we had that argument or whatever, I hit up a friend, and this is a guy friend. Now, I didn't talk to any of my guy friends ever since me and my boyfriend had gotten back together, because when we broke up, when we got back together, I got rid of all my guy friends and all my friends, because my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, I don't know why I keep saying boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend was somebody who made me feel like I couldn't talk to anybody, couldn't really have any friends, because he didn't trust me. And you might not think it's manipulative, but it is. Because when somebody don't trust you, you're going to do whatever you can so that person can trust you. But it's not fair to me if I'm giving you 100% trust and you only giving me 50. Crap, it probably won't even 50. So after I text this guy friend, I'm like, hey, can I come over? I just want to talk. So he's like, yeah, you're good. You can come over, whatever. So I go over his house and we're just talking. I'm telling him everything, cause like I usually only talk to my homegirls, the people I work with. So it's like it's one thing to have a female perspective, but I don't know how it feels to have a boy perspective, cause you gotta keep in mind, like, I'm over here trying to play wife at 19. I was over here trying to play wife at 16 from the jump. Like, if I'm dating somebody, I'm not dating them just to be a girlfriend. I'm dating for an end goal and destination. I'm dating for you to be a wife. I'm dating to start a family. I'm dating to maybe one day have kids with you. Like, I'm literally laying my life on the line for you, because you never know. Some people are lucky like that. So, whatever. So, we're talking, and I'm telling him everything, how I felt, and he's just like, he's toxic. Like, he don't want you to do anything. That way he can do everything he want. And I'm just like, well, no. I'm steady defending him. I'm like, no, it's not like that. I know he's never going to cheat on me, because he's been cheated on and he didn't like it. And I had to pick up the pieces. So I know it's not like that. And I would never cheat on him, because I know what it's like. So I never had to worry about no cheating stuff. He never cheated on me. And he never really gave me a reason to cheat. Like, for me to think that he was cheating. Like, I would play around and be like, oh, you got another girlfriend, but I won't never serious. Like, I even play around with my dad like that. I'd be like, mommy, he got another girlfriend. My mom be like, yeah, I know. Tell her to help pay some bills. But, like, we just be joking, like. So, we're just talking, and he keeps asking me, he's just like, so, you have all these negatives, all these cons to say. What are the positives? What's making you stay with him? And I used to be able to answer that. But when he asked me, I didn't have a like, a drop, nothing to say. I just kept stuttering. I just kept saying, ah. But he's just like, but what is he doing that makes you want to stay with him? And then I was just like, I have to break up with him, because in that moment, I'm holding myself back from growth. And I'm holding him back from finding somebody who's going to treat him probably better than I can ever will. So the next day, after we had that phone call, after I went over my guy friend's house, the next day I came home, waited for my ex-boyfriend to call me. It's like 12. And I told him, I was like, how I asked you, do you feel anything when I tell you I love you? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, when you tell me I don't feel anything anymore, and I haven't been feeling anything for like the last month. And he is like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm just like, well, I was hoping he was going to give me something so that I didn't have to break up with him, like something that we can work on, but he won't give me nothing. And I was just like, well, it's just that anytime I talk to you or try to be vulnerable, you knock me down. I was just like, you get mad about me, about stuff that happens in the past when we weren't together, and I don't know anything that you did when we weren't together, besides the fact that you had dated a whole nother girl, and I already told you how that made me feel. And I was like, I'm never mad at you for dating somebody else, because at the end of the day, when I went to school, I already made it very clear to you, like, I'm fine with just being friends. But you're the one who told me you can never just be friends with me. Long story short, I broke up with him, and he was like, he won't having it. I did this too while he was at work, so that was probably an asshole move on my part. But like I was saying, history and time don't mean nothing. Don't let somebody, don't never let somebody stop you from growing, even if that means giving up on the one person who means the world to you. And it's like, even when I was telling him that I still love him, and it was never like, nothing I said was a lie. Like, I really meant that I wanted to marry you. I really meant I wanted to have kids with you. I really meant that I wanted to build a family and foundation with you. And he was just like, I don't believe you, because all you do is lie to me. And that is enough to show you, enough to show you. I should have broke up with him when I told him about me getting sexually assaulted, and he told me, well, you didn't get raped. Like, I should have broke up with him then. I should have broke up when a lot of other things started to happen. I should have left it alone when he broke up with me the first time, and when I went off to school single. I should have never let him come back, because I had closed out that chapter in my life. But I had to learn the hard way. Once you close a chapter, you need to leave that door shut, because I'm never going to be able to grow. I cut all my friends off messing with him. I did this, that, and the third, and I feel like in return, all I was getting is that I don't trust you, I don't trust you, I don't trust you. But baby girl, there's plenty of fish, and there's plenty of guys out there in the world, and I'm not going to be sit up here stuck about one. Don't get me wrong, I love this dude to death, and I would die for him. And maybe he takes my phone right now. Maybe I might slide up and say something back. But I gotta learn how to put myself first, and that's why I broke up with him. So long story short, because if I pop up with the dude on my YouTube channel and we start doing videos together, I don't want y'all to be like, oh, but where's your mans? Don't you got a whole boyfriend? I don't. Mind your business. And that's that on that. So that's all I have to say. If you like more like these one-on-ones about stuff going on in my life, we can do them more often. But that's all I gotta say on that. Put yourself first at all times, because at the end of the day, when you die, you're just gonna be dying by yourself. Ain't gonna be nobody next to you. Alright, I see y'all in my next video. I love you guys all the way to the back. Bye.